We'll start by analyzing where the organization is now, which is analyzing what is a university, discussing where the organization wants to be, which is what is internationalization and why do we internationalize, determine how the organization is going to get there, and this is how to internationalize, and look at the results and show that the methodology works, which is the internationalization in practice. We'll start by defining what is a university, what is an academic institution. They consider that they have been set up to teaching and research. More recently, they have added service to the mission that justifies their existence in the society. But this is still very much a university point of view. For outsiders, however, the universities are needed for different things. Universities are needed to be a think tank for the future, which is the quest for truth. They're needed to be providers of knowledge, which is the quest for meaning. They needed to be laboratories for innovative products and services, the quest for welfare, and to be centers for qualifications, the quest for order. But does the society need these four functions under the same roof in one institution called the university? In fact, today, there are tendencies to disaggregate the academic institution into autonomous, if not independent parts. Some would argue that are not think tanks, knowledge providers, laboratories, or qualification centers better organized, more efficient if considered as a single firm or corporation? Examples to this, if we look at CERN or the IBM, they're much better equipped to do high-level research than a university. The number of Nobel Prize winners coming from these non-academic centers would tend to prove that academic institutions only strive to become second best in the quest for what is really new. Wikipedia is a provider of knowledge, constantly updated, renewed, transformed by its users. Industrial labs, much more focused and motivated to ventures in research and development, looking for products and services for immediate use of societal development. Professional schools seem to train better future employees to offer more relevant courses that are needed in the job market than a university. These are the tendencies to disaggregate. But the strength of a university is that it brings these four functions together. This is indeed the unique feature of such institutions. The four functions cross-fertilize each other to move towards the one, the unity that places man at the center. The positive tensions between these four functions is what makes a university. Universities' profile varies considerably by having different priorities for these four functions. So my view of the UK is pre-92 universities or research universities favor university-centered strategies. Universities, in turn, they prioritize truth, meaning, then welfare and order. While post-92 universities, they favor student-centered strategies. So in this order, they will prioritize welfare and order, then truth and meaning, applied research. Defining what kind of university we are should in turn define our internationalization priorities. Pre-92 universities prioritize to strengthen the institution presence and profile internationally so as to improve students' recruitment and opportunities for research and teaching partnerships, while post-92 universities prioritize to offer students the experience that will equip them for a career in a multicultural environment. What is internationalization? Jane Knight had the most common used internationalization definition, which is the process of integrating an international, intercultural, or a global dimension into the purpose, function, or delivery of higher education at an institutional level and at a national level. At Cardiff Met, we adopted a similar definition, general, broad definition, the process of integrating international, intercultural, and global dimension into our three functions. The inclusion of the word process highlights the need for continuous action as the development of an infrastructure for decision-making, implementation, and evaluation of what we do. Many publications cover internationalization. In summary, they're divided into internationalization at home and internationalization abroad. At home, involving campus-based activities to promote intercultural understanding, embracing a multicultural community as well as a multicultural classroom. While abroad, involving all forms of cross-border education in the shape of study abroad, international volunteering, international placement. This takes us again to the definition of a university. Post-92 universities will be focusing more on forging new teaching partnerships, while pre-92 universities will focus more on international collaboration in research. Why do we internationalize? We did conclude that at Cardiff Met, we are more of a teaching-led university, where training people is the target. To fit the purpose, most academics would put the students at the center of the university work. To fit the purpose, we also need to focus on preparing the university to be a responsive global citizen. The purpose requires then to deliver an education to allow the person to develop, work and contribute in the society to the best of his or her ability. In other terms, the project of a university should be to liberate the students' potential for development and commitment. In other words, to be active global citizens. Why do we internationalize? Many publications covered this. The UNESCO World Declaration for Higher Education stressed on that we need to educate for citizenship and for active participation in the society. With a worldwide vision, educate students to become informed and deeply motivated citizens who can think critically, analyze problems of the society, look for solutions to the problems of the society, apply them, and accept the social responsibility. Also, the Higher Education Academy addressed internationalization and stressed that all graduates, regardless of their countries of origin, to be informed, responsible citizens able to work effectively in a global multicultural environment. They stressed also on the role of the university as a change agent. The International Association of Universities in 2005 conducted a survey across its members on why universities internationalize. And the outcome of the survey was these 7 points. Broaden and diversify source of faculty of students, create an international profile, strengthen research and knowledge capacity, increase staff and students' international knowledge and intercultural understanding, promote curriculum development, contribute to academic quality, and diversify the source of income. Fitness of the purpose versus fitness for the purpose. Purpose is an essential part of the image of stakeholders have of their organization, either in the terms of expectations, fitness of, or in the terms of processes, on the way to expected results. Up till now, we are exploring the fitness of the purpose, fitness of internationalization. When the ambitions and goals of internationalization have been set, how to get there is the next step. Many approaches are possible. What are the most efficient or the more effective way? Can other ways be determined? If so, what are the constraints? In fact, what is the capacity of the institution to adapt or change? How can it enlarge its flexibility rather than its blockages, its innovative abilities rather than holding to obsolete traditions? In other words, fitness for the purpose. Here we're going to examine the structures and processes and the strategies with reference to Cardiff Met. 2009, when I joined Cardiff Met, this was the structure of the international office. It was divided into 2 main functions, recruiting students and taking care of students while they're here. Influenced by my previous research in system thinking, I started looking at the structure, processes, and question, was it fit for purpose? Which takes us to the viable system model, Stafford Beer's work. Stafford Beer is one of the leading figures in the science of cybernetics, which concerns itself with the underlying law which govern how organisms, machines, and organizations maintain their identity and fulfill their purpose within their environment. I was fortunate to spend some time with Stafford Beer discussing organizational viability and his viable system model. Also to mention also to be mentored by one of his close followers, Professor Moscardini, sitting in the audience today. Cybernetics claims that there are underlying laws which apply equally to the manner in which the nervous system of an animal maintains control over its actions, to the way in which species maintain itself within an ecosystem, and to how corporations maintain its existence in the marketplace. Looking at the human body, Stafford Beer defined 5 systems in a human body. System 1, which is all the muscles and organs, the parts that actually do something. System 2, the sympathetic nervous system, which monitors muscles and organs. System 3, the base brain, which oversees the entire complex of muscles and organs and ensures the interactions are kept stable. System 4, the midbrain, the connection with the outside world, future planning, projection, forecasting, or smelling, seeing. Then System 5, the high brain functions of policy decisions, which is the identity of the institution. From this, Stafford Beer developed his viable system model. Stafford Beer always said, a system is what a system does. So the international office is defined by what it does, not by a glossy brochure. Also, this model is constructed so that the right information goes to the right people at the right time, right persons at the right time. Information protocols are very important here. You can sort out information protocols by setting up information protocols or by putting all the staff in the same open space area. This is how the international office looks now. But these are people, not functions yet. So each box of these constitutes of one of the members of the international office, and I am one of them. The strange thing about, or the thing about this structure is the extra parts, the red parts, or the red lines going across the departments, which stems from Stafford Beer's work. So this is how the viable system looks like of the international office. But this side is functions, it's not people. So as you can see at the bottom, we have 4 system 1s, which are development, marketing, welfare, and admissions. They communicate with each other, and they communicate with the systems on top, System 3 and System 4 and System 5. But these are functions, again, not people. We had also to look at the international office from a different point of view, the causality between the functions of the international office. Is it fit for purpose? At this moment in time, we reached the conclusion, or we reached the stage where we have a fit for purpose structure to work with. Second thing, to be fit for purpose, we needed a strategy. Cardiff Met had a fit for purpose strategy at the time. Very well developed, with a corporate message of the importance of internationalization. Fundamental elements of the corporate strategy are clear, integrated with all other institutional strategy, had clear steering from the top with a clear responsibility. And with clear strategic objectives. I will not go through the strategic objectives on this slide, but we will examine them one by one and link them to the results. It's very important, however beautiful the strategy is, we should occasionally look at the results. This is another way to say what Stafford Beer said, which is a different way of saying what a system is, what a system does. Our first objective was to enhance students' employability through the internationalization of curriculum. Our Learning, Teaching, and Development unit at Cardiff Met produced a hand-on guide to support curriculum development for internationalization. The areas of focus were increasing the inclusion of international case studies, developing an understanding of how the subject area relates to in a global context, encourage global ethics, develop skills for living and working with people from other countries, developing attitude and values which might be associated with a global citizen, using approach to assessment and learning which incorporates internationalization. Second objective, to promote recruitment of staff from outside the UK. Although this has proven difficult due to external factors, but it helps a lot in rejuvenating teaching and the research capacity of the institution. It facilitates internationalization at home, both among students and staff. It will inevitably lead to introduction of different teaching styles and contents. International staff use different pedagogies. There will be implications for students, which may be beneficial. This will be maybe beneficial for internationalization of the curriculum. Our third objective, which is to develop a more balanced distribution of overseas students between schools and programs, and to increase the number of the non-UK EU students. Approximately 12% of Cardiff Met students in 2009 were from an excess of 50 countries outside of Europe, but the challenge we faced is that 70% of them were concentrated in one school, from one country, and in a handful of postgraduate programs. So the strategic objectives was to develop a more balanced distribution, looking abroad using our new structure, which is fit for purpose. We are pleased to be one of the few universities in the UK with an increase of non-home EU students, with the majority of the increase from countries defined as countries of growth to us. At home, we provide our students as well, and our international students, with an environment to help them reach their potentials, including friendly environment, student helpers, welfare, social programs, language and cultural events, students' mobility, and students' exchange mobility. For this, our international students ranked us the top in the UK for overall student satisfaction. This is an independent student survey conducted by iGrad. Fourth strategic objectives: to expand on transnational education collaboration, provision activities with a robust quality environment. Cardiff Met had well-established partnerships since 2005 in London, Singapore, and Greece. Now we've reached 13 T&E partners in 12 countries, and we are currently in discussion with the green partners in the green countries, and we're looking at the countries in black. To be able to do this, or to ensure Cardiff Met's success in the transnational education, we will need to concentrate upon our competitive strengths, which is focusing on a limited number, approximately 20, access to academic support from well-qualified and reactive and supportive experts in Cardiff Met, access to high-quality resources for staff and students, high-quality administrative support, and a robust quality assurance mechanism. Our first partner since 2005 is the London School of Commerce in London. It's now our associate college, and it has campuses in several countries, and we work very closely with them on more development. Our second partner, also started in 2005, is the East Asia Institute of Management in Singapore. Third partner, Hong Kong University, started in 2007, running our food safety management programs. Hong Kong University is one of the top 20 universities on the Shanghai list, and they offer Cardiff Met's food safety management programs. After this, we started looking with a different way at things and integrating the different parts of the international office together. So we started looking at the European Neighbourhood and Partnership Instrument. They had two very successful projects. The first project is Tempus, which supports modernization of higher education, in-country capacity building. The other projects are the Erasmus Mundus projects that promote cooperation between higher education institutions through encouragement of students' mobility and exchange of research and academic staff. We started looking at the first area defined by Europe as MP South, and we applied for our first project, Leadership in Higher Education Management, at the time as the University of Wales Institute Cardiff, in partnership with the Leadership Foundation, with the University of Bari, and with Ionian University. And I'm pleased to welcome Professor Agostino Marengo and Professor Maria Pia from Bari University here today. So looking at the partners in this project, we needed to establish our presence as Cardiff Met in this area. So we started working with 4 ministries of higher education in this first project. And the partners in red are our current, or our partners that came out of this project to become our T&E partners or our strategic partners. We also have the partners in blue, which are regional organizations like the Magna Carta Observatory, the Association of Arab Universities, and the Arab Network for Quality Assurance Agencies. The project started by scoping visits for the 4 countries to determine the needs of leadership development in each country. And these are our members of staff with the ministers of higher education and top people in the 4 countries, looking at the scoping of the country and the needs of leadership in these countries. From this project as well, we established our link with Fayoum University. The Egyptian government at the time commissioned 4 public universities to set up new universities as an extra university for them, to meet the increasing in higher demand in higher education in Egypt. Cairo University signed up with Nottingham. Fayoum University signed up with UWIC at the time. I'm glad here also to welcome Professor Ahmed al-Gohari, who's the president of Fayoum University at the time. From this project as well, we had our partnership in Morocco set. And this is the Superior Institute of Science and Technology that offers our programs in Morocco amongst programs of the School of Education, the School of Management, and also welcome to Professor Tariq Obaid. We were fortunate to have Prince Charles opening our 2nd campus in Morocco in 2011 in Rabat. And this is our first graduation ceremony in Morocco in 2011. And this is a member of our staff with the students in Morocco, Casablanca. We're working with our partners with several schools, with European projects, with transnational education provision, with joint recruitment, as this picture says. We are cooperating on several dimensions with our partners, allowing staff and student exchange, and regular visits from our Cardiff Metropolitan University staff. This is a platform for continuous due diligence. And the final thing with Morocco is the president and the vice president of our student union visited Morocco as well last December to meet with their counterparts at our campus in Morocco. Also, coming from the same project, Leadership in Higher Education Management, Cardiff Met and the Association of Arab University decided to host a leadership network. The title of the leadership network is the Arab European Leadership Network for Higher Education, Arlene. Arlene became a great success. The hosting news was covered by World University News, Arabian News, as a platform for conversions through education. The official launch will take place at the Association of Arab University annual gathering next March. Second project, 3 million euros for Erasmus Mundus. If you look, we're focusing again or capitalizing again on our strategic partner at the time was Fayoum University, and we've added here the Arab Academy of Science and Technology. We went to the Arab Academy of Science and Technology. This is to set up a transnational education operation with them. The Arab Academy of Science and Technology, by the way, is one of the Arab League of States specialized organization. It's a core diplomat inside of Egypt, and they currently offer Cardiff Met postgraduate programs in marketing, management, accounting, finance, hospitality management. They offer the School of Education programs as well. We received the president of the Arab Academy here. And this is a picture of one of our academics teaching our MBA students at the Arab Academy in Cairo. The bottom picture was the Welsh National Day. They managed to reproduce the Welsh national dress, but they were not successful with the Welsh cake. Yes. We can only blame here as academics that in-country technical support or the lack of robust technology transfer methodology for the Welsh cakes to go across the sea. I heard it was inedible. Third project, we secured another 3 million for internationalization. And these are our partners. And again, it's the Arab Academy and it's the Fayoum University. But on the left-hand side, you can see now we're starting to build our European higher education network. You can see the addition of the Free University of Berlin, Lund University, University of Granada, University of Graz, University of Rome. We had the launch of the project here in Cardiff, and we were fortunate to have the Deputy Minister of Higher Education to launch the project. Again, you would see that there is a continuity of our EU partners, and this is a new project that involved a different country. As well as Egypt, it now involved Lebanon. So we have Alexandria University, added a new university in Egypt, Alexandria University, continuing with the Arab Academy, and added the modern University of Business and Science and the Lebanese University. And I'm pleased to welcome Professor Bassem Kaisi and Professor Sharbel Kafuri, who just arrived from Lebanon 5 minutes ago. We had the launching event in 2011 of the project in Beirut, and came out of this project as well the setting up of the Cardiff Met partnership in Beirut with the Modern University of Business and Science. This was hosted at the British Ambassador's residence in Beirut, and it was well attended by several. We currently have about 80 students in our first cohort studying there, and we're building on our success there. We're offering programs in management, and we're looking at offering very soon programs in art and design and for the School of Education. Also, in this new project, we've seen that we've added Alexandria University. The reason for adding Alexandria University is that we needed to offer programs that are in need in Egypt, like health sector management and sports medicine. These programs do not have an equivalent in Egypt. The Arab Academy, our strategic partner, does not have a school of medicine, so we involved Alexandria University in our higher education network to support us on this. Alexandria University is a renowned public university in Egypt with around 200,000 students. They're ranked 303 in the top 400 university guide in the 2011 Times Higher Education. We signed with them a trilateral agreement between us, Alexandria University, and the Arab Academy. We received the president of Alexandria University and the vice president here soon after. Our fifth project. As you can see here, I'm not going into the details of the project. I'm just showing the trend that's happening in the project, the partnerships across the project. The European partners are more or less the same, with an expansion, like adding the University of Salamanca, one of the oldest universities in Europe. So we're adding to our European partners. We are still focusing on our national partners within country, the ministries of higher education in Lebanon, Jordan, and the Palestinian Authority here. Sixth project, again, adding new universities, like the University of Bologna, one of the oldest, or the oldest university in Europe, and the University of École Centrale de Nantes in France, and the University of Santiago de Compostela, focusing again on the national partners like the ministries of higher education in Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Morocco. We had the launch of this project here in Cardiff Met, and it was attended by our 10 European partners and our 10 Middle East partners, and we invited several honorary consuls from Wales and cultural attachés from across the UK. But it's not about the project. It's not only about the higher education network. It's also about the interaction between the participants in such events. So at the bottom right picture here, this is our School of Health Sciences discussing with Alexandria University a new program, and they were here last week to follow up. Here I can see academic staff from the School of Management with our Moroccan partner, collaborative provision with our partners in Egypt. So it's about the interaction between our partners, multiple layer of interaction. This is our final project that we just won last summer. And the amazing part here is the colors on the slide. The blue are the national or international partners that have been working with us for some time, like Ministries of Higher Education, the Leadership Foundation, the European Student Union in Brussels, the Magna Carta Observatory, 4 ministries of higher education. The red partners are our TNE partners, our transnational education partners. They currently offer Cardiff Met programs in country. The purple partners are long-standing partners that are working with Cardiff Met for a long time. The partners in black are Libya, and we decided this year to focus on Libya as part of a wider strategy in the UK. We had the launching of this project at King Hassan University. It doesn't stop there. We're looking for the multiplier effect in Cardiff Met. Having the right structures, having the right strategy, we're looking at the multiplier effect. So building on 20 million euros of project, and building on a very robust and strong T&E network, transnational education network of partners, students at Cardiff Met are being given the opportunity to study abroad as part of their course, as an exchange students at 55 universities over 23 countries, both within and outside of Europe. This is supported on an institutional level, so the student union is now supporting the outward students' mobility. It doesn't go one way. All the projects that I briefed you on are projects that we are leading, but other partners also reciprocate. The University of Salamanca asked us to be a partner in one of their projects. The École Centrale de Nantes asked us to go with them into India, and the University of Bologna asked us to go with them to Ukraine, Moldova, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Armenia. And we actually won these projects, but they're the leading partner. Which takes us to MP East. MP East, we received at Cardiff Met, director of Donetsk National University, which is one of the most prestigious public universities in Ukraine. We did submit with them 3 Tempest proposals. The city of Donetsk in Ukraine already has historical links with Wales. It was founded in 1869 by a Welsh businessman, John Hughes, and hence was named after him, Yusufka, until 1924. Hughes being the Russian Ukrainian approximate of Hughes. We're also in Bulgaria with one of the top business schools in Bulgaria, International University College. We're in Sri Lanka, where we had last November or December, our graduation ceremony. 520 students graduated studying on Cardiff Met programs. Some of the students decide to come and study here or to come for their graduation here in Cardiff Met, which gives them the feeling of belonging to Cardiff Met, and to Wales. We're also in India. In 2012, we started our partnership in India with Planet EDU. We were fortunate to have the First Minister present at the signing ceremony. And this is to offer our programs in a distance learning format in India, our School of Management programs, the MBA and the undergraduate programs. Capitalizing on the same partner again, and cooperating with them on several dimensions, which allows multiple staff and students exchange, we set up our office in India last year, and this office would work as a platform for Cardiff Met in India to recruit and to show commitment from Cardiff Met to India. Internationalization doesn't have to be abroad. Internationalization can be here. So, top right, this is the presidents and vice presidents of several Saudi universities at the Cardiff School of Education, training on quality assurance. The bottom is the Arab Organization of Quality Assurance in Education Conference, which was hosted here in Cardiff Met. These are deputy ministers of higher education across several countries. Go back again to our objectives. Did we meet our objectives? To enhance students' employability through internationalization of curricula? Yes, we're working on this, and the word process here is the important word. To promote recruitment of staff from outside the UK, Erasmus Mundus projects support staff and student mobility. So we receive staff from different partners across the world to help internationalize our staff body here in Cardiff. Develop a more balanced distribution of overseas students? Yes. To expand T&E collaborative provision? Yes. To encourage international research activities among staff and doctoral students? Yes. Through the projects, we have a lot of exchange of staff and students' mobility, which allows and encourages research. deliver enterprise services to a non-UK based customer? Yes. Going up one level of recursion, Wales. The higher education, the International Action Plan outlines 5 key priorities, which are closely aligned with the objectives highlighted in John Fielding's report. Making Wales a destination of choice, promoting intercultural partnership that are mutually beneficial, building international excellence and research capacity in selected areas, developing closer links between universities and business operating overseas, improving Wales' contribution to the international development. I can say that we are hitting the 5 objectives. Going up one level of recursion, looking at the world around us. DAVOS 2012. They stressed that youth unemployment was a disaster or a cancer in the society. They said that youth unemployment several statements in the conference blamed universities for failing to give youngsters the skills that are needed for jobs in advanced economy. If we look at the Organization of Economic Development and Cooperation conference, the title of the latest conference was Internationalisation for Job Creation. The need for intercultural skills to have students ready to work in a multicultural environment is stressed by everybody. The latest reports by the British Council, Booz Allen and Ipsos, it talks about, it's looking at intercultural skills needed for employability in 9 countries. The British Council is also doing another report that should be out in March from a student's perspective. The latest International Association of University survey stressed that outgoing mobility, student exchange, and attracting students are generally given the highest priority within any institutional internationalization policy. But the lack of funding universally is the most important barrier to advance internationalization. To conclude, at Cardiff Met, we do not have the funding problem at the moment because we looked to be fit for purpose. We explored what kind of internationalization is fit with Cardiff Met, stemming from how do we prioritize the functions of our institutions, welfare and order, truth and meaning. Fitness for purpose by having a robust strategy and a viable lean structure to take us forward. This is, of course, aided by innovative ways in implementing, including aligning our strategy with the European Commission strategy and having several layers of interaction with each partner. Thank you.